There's a certain kind of show that doesn't just fail, it disappears. Not because nobody cared, but because the world wasn't ready yet. Metal Kaiser is one of those shows. On the surface, it looks familiar. A giant hero transforming to fight monsters, in the tradition of Ultraman. But behind the scenes, it was trying to do something much more ambitious. Take a genre deeply rooted in Japan and rebuild it somewhere else. To understand why Metal Kaiser failed, you need to understand what Tokusatsu is. It's a whole ecosystem of production. You don't just need actors. You need suit actors, trained to move in heavy costumes and bring characters to life without showing their faces. You need miniature artists building entire cities just so they can be destroyed on camera. You need effect teams who can choreograph explosions that look chaotic but are completely controlled. And when all of that works together, you get something like Ultraman Tiga, a 1996 series that didn't just revive its franchise, but helped spread Tokusatsu across Asia. Countries like China saw that success, and the demand was there. People wanted their own versions of these shows, but there was a problem. The audience existed, but the infrastructure didn't, and that gap is exactly where Metal Kaiser was born. Metal Kaiser wasn't meant to be a small project, it was supposed to be start of something bigger, a full-scale Chinese tokusatsu franchise. The premise is familiar. In the year 2056, Earth is under a threat. An evil force spreads across the planet, creating monsters and attracting alien invaders. A young man is chosen by a fairy named Mei Mei to be given a bracelet, one that allows him to transform into a giant warrior. Now, alongside the army team called SAM, Science Analyze Mission, he needs to protect Earth from monsters and aliens. Unlike Ultraman, which was an alien species from other world, Metal Kaiser leans more into swords and sorcery fantasy. Now, why didn't the rest of the show get finished? It's due to many production issues. In 2005, Hideaki Tsuburaya, grandson of Eiji Tsuburaya, president of Tsuburaya Productions, lost his position following the commercial failure of the Ultra N project. He later moved to China. There, he founded the film company Tsuburaya Dream Factory. The company later reorganized as Tsuburaya Communications, which operated separately from Tsuburaya Productions. At the time, Ultraman Tiga aired in China and became very popular. SMG later partnered with Tsuburaya Dream Factory and launched the Metal Kaiser project. The project was promoted as the first original Chinese tokusatsu series. In early 2006, the team produced a 5-minute TV pilot for Metal Kaiser. The plan? 50 episodes. But almost immediately, the reality set in. Due to Chinese production regulations at the time, the team had about 6 months to complete the show before needing reapproval. For a tokusatsu series with suits, miniatures, and complex effects, that timeline wasn't just tight, it was almost unworkable. The local crew didn't have much experience with tokusatsu production, so the solution was to bring in help from Japan. Over 60 experienced staff members, but instead of solving the problem, it created a new one. Now the production was split between 2 different systems, 2 different workflows, and often 2 different languages. This caused the progress to slow down. Then, during production, disaster struck. Masaki Harada, director of many Ultraman episodes from the TDG era, Cosmos, and the whole show, Madan Senki Ryukendo, passed away. Losing a director mid-production is devastating for any show. This and funding problems caused the productions to stop after the 9th episode. Hideaki Tsuburaya failed to obtain more money from Chinese partners, which forced him to return to Japan to seek funding. In 2008, the project was scaled back to 13 episodes. A new production application was submitted to Chinese authorities. Piracy concerns made the Chinese market risky for Japanese backers, and Hideaki Tsuburaya could not raise enough funds. In 2009, Hideaki Tsuburaya resumed talks. He sold personal assets, and obtained a 30 million yen investment from Fuji TV. However, the Chinese company responsible for editing the series had not been paid for 1 year. The company stated that it had seized the complete footage and declared that unless full payment for the original 52-episode contract is made, the material cannot be used and they can modify or broadcast the content themselves. Negotiations continued, but the remaining funds were eventually exhausted. In 2010, production of the series was officially halted. Even though I've seen some comments saying 16 episodes on a DVD got released in mainland China, Hong Kong, Singapore and Taiwan, with apparently 50 of them coming out in Japan, even if that's true, none of that was archived, meaning Metal Kaiser was dead. Apparently, many staff members didn't get paid for the work they did, with some of their personal belongings and property getting seized by the studio. Can you imagine going to work and coming back poorer? Out of the 50 planned episodes, only 9 are complete, and for years, most of it was effectively lost, held in the vaults of Chinese investors. The show became a rumor, a piece of lost media. Eventually, 3 episodes were released on DVD. On October 2nd, 2014, in the directed by Masakari Harada collection, we got episodes Birth of the Azure Dragon Kaiser, Elect-sucking monster Enestan, Yuan Revenge, Curse of the Demon Beast, Terrifying Invaders, Invading Alien Kaela, and they're fascinating, because they're not bad, they're just painfully unfinished. You can see solid suit design, ambitious fight choreography, and attempts at a stylistic identity, but you can also feel how everything is held together by glue and duct tape. The thing I'm most sad about is the monster suits. Some of them are rather good, but like we have Enestan that looks like a skinned dragon, Alien Kael that reminds me of a fusion of Man and a mollusk, and a bunch of unnamed guys. Come on, please comment which one is your favorite. Also, as I'm now editing this video, you can for sure see they had more plans, since this promotional poster has 3 different Kaisers, since our main one is a blue dragon, and we also have a prototype suit for a white tiger Kaiser, so I'm sure there were plans of adding either new forms for our hero based on different Chinese mythological animals, or they were planning to add more Kaisers at the same time. Oh yeah, this banner also has a giant robot, so it's kinda sad he never got like a mecha body. So why did Metal Kaiser fail? It was too ambitious. It got entangled by issues of producing a show in a different country, and it got hurt with the worst luck ever. That was collapse waiting to happen. I would say that Metal Kaiser isn't just a failed show, it's a whole case study. A glimpse at what happens when ambitions outruns infrastructure. Gratefully, that idea didn't die. Many Tokusatsu series were made in China later. Some of the suits that were seized by the Chinese company were reused in a romance drama called Apartment Second. The whole command room was reused in Golden Hero, a different Ultraman-like show, and Kair's Roar was reused in 2015 for Griza in Ultraman X. So it's nice to see that not all that work got wasted. Would for sure recommend checking out the memorial Facebook page created by Junpei Shiokawa, who work on the show. It warms my heart to see fans like and comment under it, asking for something new from Metal Kaiser.